Hey everyone, and welcome back to the video. So, in this video, I'm reviewing a TV show called Enough Said. Enough Said is a local news talk / news debate show that my local TV station is airing. And they started this about 5 years ago. But the people debating though are two people from the local sports radio station that are debating. I'll explain why in a second. And then the person asking the questions and producing the show is an executive producer for the company that person works at, that the channel the show is being broadcasted on. And why there's two people from the local sports radio station, is because they mainly talk about sports. They talk about the Gophers football team, Vikings, like Wild. When during hockey season, talk about the Wild. During basketball season, talk about Timberwolves. And during football season, talk about the Vikings. There's interesting Vikings news during during when there's no games being played. Talk about the Vikings, or same as the Timberwolves or Wild or any sports teams if there's interesting news during. And it's not during the actual season. I share that. Otherwise, they just talk about the local sports teams that are currently playing right now. Like the Gopher football team during football season, the Gopher basketball team, men's and women's basketball teams during the basketball season. The lengths during their season. You know what I mean? And then they talk about local and national news stories that are interest. That are high interest or high popularity. And then they have a lightning round. But usually they give 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, a question to ask, time to debate about that question, about that topic. They got 2 to 3 minutes to debate about that topic. But then they do a lightning round where stuff that would be interesting enough to put on the show, or big enough topic, like national news story, or sports story, local sports story, or something like that, or national sports story, put on that show, but wouldn't get a lot of debate out of the people debating, talking about it. Then I'll just put it for the lightning round, and that one where you have 60 seconds to answer them. They have 60 seconds to debate about the questions, about 5 topics, which is pretty interesting. I think, short form, stuff that's so interesting to talk about, but you're not gonna get a lot of response out of them. And then they do talk about local news as well, or national news stories that are popular. For example, the 2-year-old boy was shot and killed. 2-year-old boy was shot and killed by the dad, and the dad was released off. The dad wasn't charged for it, and they debated that. They explained they debated about that topic. That's they said stuff oh well, the dad wasn't charged because the parent, one of the witnesses, was in jail or in prison on trial for another thing, probably going to prison. One of them died, and the guy that killed is going to prison for another offense anyways, for a long time. And they explain the topics on that. They debate stuff like Britney Spears' conservatorship, do update on that. But that won't get a lot of response out of them. They just say it for lightning round or Twins, because the Twins season's almost over. They're not doing that well, this year. And stuff like that. What sports are national. Or talk about the Super Bowl halftime performers. That doesn't need a lot of that wouldn't need 3 minutes debating, 2.5 minutes, 2.5 to 3 minutes debating about the halftime performers. They just need a quick 30-second, 60-second thing, each say their thing, I like it, or I like it. And you're gonna have your bias, every news story, every, some about certain things that might be deemed a little political. You may have your bias there, either side, you know. On certain side, you may have the Republican side, you may have the Democrat side. You're being pushed, you know. You always got that. So I'm used to it by now, you know, having either side. You have a right to opinion, you know, whatever side you're on. You have the right to your opinion. So, you know, it doesn't bother me that the opinion. I mean, you're always gonna get the opinion in these shows. You these local shows, you're gonna get opinion needed. All of them, anyways. But I give enough said. An 8 out of 10. It's a good watch a week. If I try to remember, I watch every week that I remember to watch the show. I've been watching because it's really a good show, you know. And sometimes they did a few state fair episodes back when the newspaper went to state fair, this local news station went to state fair, like in 2018. You know, 2019, I know they did state fair episodes. And you know, I used to not watch this show. I thought, okay, it's not the regular news or something like that, but I actually do like this show. It's a really good show. It's growing on me a lot. You know, better watching some of the other, it's better than watching like the regular news, because I can hear the regular news any in the morning, in the afternoon, at night. You know, I just watch listen like debate show about the news. You know, a little spin on the news, like a little local spin on the news. You know, so until next time, take care, and if you like this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome reviews on products, food and drink items, as well as TV shows, movies, and gaming, as well as game videos, what I sell on eBay and Mercari, as well. That's right. As well as scratch-off tickets and a few occasional local EAS weather updates. That are around my area or kind of close to me. If they're not exactly local, if they're not like in my immediate area, or a storm that might come in my immediate area, like kind of close to me. Do a bunch of stuff like that. And might even add more stuff to my list of stuff I do on the channel. You never know. So next time, take care. And a black eye is not gonna stop me from making these videos. From making this video. You can see the black eye in my camera. It's somewhat going away, but I'm not kind of do in the morning. And I'm supposed to take vitamin C every day. I repeat it a lot. And then do the ice technique. I'm gonna put ice on in the morning. And take a vitamin C tablet vitamin. And then throughout the day, I'm going to be taking vitamin C supplement drops throughout the day for my vitamin C input. And then I'm also going to be doing at night the ice thing, for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to be doing you're supposed to do it for 40 hours, so I'm going to do it Sunday morning as well as Sunday night. That'll be my 40 hours. So hopefully it goes away after 40 hours. And then when I have to go to my other my other job, I have to wear a mask there, because it's like a business. And, it's a corporate business, and they want, gotta wear a mask. So I'm going to have to wear my mask. If I pop far enough, you can't really see my black eye, so through the mask, you can see it a little, not really. So hopefully I can get rid of it so you can't really see it, too well. So hopefully. So yeah. So next time, take care.